Hello, this is Miho from Canada. How are you guys doing? I hope your mental and physical health are good and fit. So today, I'm going to talk about this good affirmation and repetition. So this repetition is the key for shifting your mind to better, because when you are in a dark place or when you are in very negative mode and suffering and agitated and feeling guilty and all that, your mind is constantly repeating the bad words, bad feelings, because I've been there, and it's like a habit that you built over the years. Maybe you didn't build it by yourself. Maybe while you're growing up, you've been told to a certain way, like you can't do this, you're not good enough to do this, or you're not, fit for this, or are you kidding? You're not gonna be doing that, or anything related to that line of words or phrases that put you down. But when you kept hearing that over and over, you start to feel that, oh, I'm that way, and you start to live yourself according to those phrases and wording. So when you look at the say opposite, people who are happy, healthy, and wealthy, those people's mind, when you open up, they think other ways. Thinking about happy, thinking about creative, thinking about what they could do, improve, and what, they could do something fun, and appreciation and gratitude, and all those happy and joyful, peaceful thoughts. And it's a repetition for them. So your life becomes like that, because whatever you repeat, that thoughts becomes your habit. And when you do repeat the habit, that become your actions, right? When you do action, you bring all those events in front of you to prove that's what it is for your life. So when you see a good thing, say, oh, and you start repeat a good, chain of thoughts again. So when you are in a negative suffering mode, you need to really realize what you're doing to yourself. That's the step number one. As long as you realize what you're doing to yourself, it really can make your life much better, because not knowing is one thing, but actually realizing what you're doing, your habit, is the key to shift yourself for the better. Because you notice what you're doing already, now you could literally physically get in there to shift. That's what I did. So the repetition is the key, because it's the same way, either negative or positive, they do the repeat. But what you're repeating of, the negative thoughts or the positive thoughts. So when you do repeat the negative thoughts, you're putting yourself down constantly, and your just energy goes down, and it's just overall it's not good. But when you're repeating a good affirmation, like you're wonderful, you're great, you're smart, you're sexy, you're healthy, all those words being repeated to you, you start to feel like almost like hypnotized, and you feel like you are that way, like you have no reasons for it, but you just feel like, oh, I'm healthy because people are telling me you look so healthy, and you start to believe. It's like those examples where there are two classes formed, and they're both, or the students in there are both academically pretty level, like a same level. And for the one class, the A class, the teacher said to the students that you guys are in this class because you're super gifted. We know you guys have so much potentials and so much gift in them, so we're gonna go explore, and we're gonna just expand ourselves, and this teacher will tell them like it's great, wonderful, super, all those positive affirmation to them, right? And then another class B, the teacher told them, they're academically saying, told them that, oh, you know what, this class is formed because you're totally bad in achievement or academic levels, and you're not really good enough for achieving a lot of things, so that I have to teach you how to survive, or like you're just not good at this and not good at that, and you just don't understand, you're all those bad words, and then students start to believe those words. Maybe not at the beginning, but when they repeatedly hear those negative words or depressing words repeatedly, they start to believe. And so as for the class A, like when they are told like you're wonderful, you're beautiful, and you're so smart, like great, and repeatedly they start to really form this neural path in your brain that, oh, I'm good at it then. And then you start to really show what they have. And that's really the key. And all the human beings, each individual has its own gift. We just don't see it. Sometimes we just being blinded because of those negative words being repeated on you. And maybe you did it by yourself, but in the beginning, maybe the way you brought up, that people around you, parents or family, told you that, are you kidding? You're not going to be able to do that. We are not rich. And what are you dreaming about? Those are for the other people, or special people. That implies that you're not special, right? So those things stuck in your head is like a broken record, and it's like running in your head. So first you notice that you might be doing that to yourself, then you could really make the shift. And I use this app. I put the link below. It's called Think Up, and you can record your own affirmation. That means you could hear in your own voice telling you you're wonderful, or you're super, or anything that really positive affirmation. You're healthy, you're super fit. And when you keep repeating, we keep hearing that repetition with your own voice, it really hit you, the core. Because hearing other people's voice is one thing, but hearing your own voice is something that really hit you deep, because that's very familiar to you. So that's another tools that help you to get out of that loop, the bad loop, to shift to the better. And if you're doing a really good loop, and it really enhance you to do it more. And some people do it throughout the night, listening and falling asleep, and it's automatically tells the brain to actually form the neural path stronger, so that you almost hypnotize yourself to become a certain character, a certain the type of people. So it's a good tool to use. And this repetition, you can do it by yourself once you get going. Like, you don't need to announce to the world. You're just saying to yourself, I'm calm, I'm always, patient, or very peaceful, healthy, and all those good words. And it's a repetition is the key. Okay, so use that to your advantage, and to have a good thoughts all the time. And you could do this by training yourself. That's something you do it by yourself by training. So you could always make the shift. And your brain will be formed, and your default becomes happiness, so that you can always go back to the happiness mode instead of unhappy. So you could really make the shift. and it'll be much easier to stay in that state. Okay, so see you soon. Bye bye.